Welcome to this Rules We Got Wrong for our Warmachine Hordes BatRep number 2. This was a 20-point game between Khador, that was played by Les, and Cryx, that was played by Ben. For those who haven't seen the video yet of the series, or the BatRep, just click on the video right about here. And that way you can get to see everything that happens and understand what we're talking about. Because we don't want to spoil anything or anything like that. So that should be just about enough time. There we go. So, okay, so everyone knows it was a Cryx victory by the scenario. We used one of the rulebook scenarios and had a few comments on that. And there was definitely a few key points that a number of people commented on, which again, I love the comments, really appreciate them. I know talking to Les, he appreciates them as well. We're still novice players and trying to remember all the rules and what to do. So having people point a few things out has been great. So we'll dive right into the comments. First one from YouTube was from Mist Shinobi, talking about charging, and this is one of the key things you'll find that is an ongoing theme in these comments. You should let your friend know that when he charged the Juggernaut, he should turn completely faces a target. You can't choose a facing after a charge. He may not have gotten the second attack on that Thrall Knight, and that's correct. And Ben and I actually talked about this because we had a game, which is our number 3 in the series, which, hey, a shameless plug, it's right there if you haven't watched it yet. I'll leave it there for a couple seconds for people to click. We talked about this and the charging we had been doing wrong in the first and second part, where the proper rule is you charge your full distance, or you turn the distance you want to charge and then move straight forward. You can't move or change directions and then readjust. So we, in the end, realized we were doing this wrong. So in that case, Les, I believe, moved in, then changed his orientation. So he's right; he may not have gotten that second Thrall Knight. Shadow Zora 13 from YouTube also had a comment. He said, "You're playing the units wrong. The entire unit completes their moves before any model makes their attacks." And this is what was my understanding. Now, what Ben understanding is you can move them each separately, so we went by that rule. I looked in the rule book, and I may be just because I'm still in a turkey coma from our Christmas dinner, but I wasn't able to see in the rules where you had to move all the units ahead of time. Now, to me, logically, that makes sense. I mean, the idea is you're not going to have one guy charge in, another guy charge in, because you want the benefit of everyone charging all at the same time. So, to me, it makes sense that's the rule, but I didn't see anything that I could quote out exactly saying this is the case. So if anyone has the page number from the rule book, by all means throw it in the comment section below. I believe that is correct, though. You should do all your movement first, then do all your attacks, but I wasn't able to find anything that explicitly said that. So also, he said, additionally, doing a zigzag charge isn't correct. The model moves in a straight line, which we just finished talking about, and that indeed is correct, and we realize that. Now, in the case of the one Bale Knight that he was doing it with, or sorry, Thrall Knight, he would have, if he did a straight charge, because he had reach in that 2-inch reach, he still would have been able to get the Juggernaut. So he still would have got the hit. He just wouldn't have zigzagged in like we showed on camera. So, and he also said you should also play the steamroller scenarios. They're much better written and make for more interesting games. None of them end on a single turn like you two played. From the rulebook, the last 2 BatReps seemed to, like, the scenario made a "oops, I guess I won," instead of an actual hard-fought game. And actually, I didn't even really think much about the steamroller scenarios. We were just going to do caster kills, but I figured let's do a scenario. And then upon hindsight, a few people have made a reference to looking at the steamroller. I believe the steamroller 2013, I know they're in the hands of the press gangers right now for Privateer Press. I didn't want to start learning the 2012 ones just to have to relearn them for 2013. So I think once the 2013 steamroller rules are out, I'll start using those as well, because I think they're more fun than just the straight caster kill games. So, but definitely a good point. And if we had started these before December, probably would have used some of the 2012 ones as well. And Bentron from YouTube said, "Nice job. The Khador player was doing a few things wrong. The sign's importance affect damage rolls at all as well." I didn't realize that, but yeah, Les was only rolling them on the first, on the attack rolls, but not on the damage, so he should have been doing that. Furthermore, Drago has an affinity where he gets the effects of Star's importance without casting the spell. Now, Les was aware of that, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the range of. Actually, the range is. Oh, it's in his control area. So I believe Drago was still in his control area, so he should have been affected by that. And it also stacks with signs important, which I wasn't aware of. So he gets a 4d6 and dropping the 2 lowest dice, which makes it even better for him. So I know Les is very excited to keep fielding Drago and see what else he can do with him. I actually have him here around here somewhere because I'm doing some painting for him. Mr. and I mispronounce this every time. I apologize. Mr. Evisa Amnesia. Nice BatRep. Hope to see some Trollbloods next time. Actually, you got to see Trollbloods next time in part 3, which I've already shamelessly plugged. But should I do it again? Maybe. Yeah, there it is, right there. So, Darth Sexy 9. A few things wrong. First, models a must move before making their attack rolls, which we talked about. Second, a charge can only be done in a straight line, which we talked about. And he also suggested always cast sign importance when your army lives, and don't forget to tie up the arc nodes and melee. Vlad could have got the one on the hill, and that's a valid point. I'm used to my casters only having like 5 fury, and when expel is the sign's important is 4 focus. I'm thinking, well, that's a lot to invest in. It's not an upkeepable spell. But then I realized that Vlad actually gets 7 fury or 7 focus, so he can cast that without it really preventing him from being able to provide much of the other stuff, especially with Drago with his affinities. So there isn't a comment. Interesting here, someone made a comment where Vlad could get up closer, and then someone says Vlad should stay back. So it's interesting to see the different tactic advice people are providing. And if you have advice for Les with his Khador, by all means, comment below and let him know, because he appreciates all that. I know he's had some suggestions in some of the forums as well on Privateer Press and has been happy with that. So, Bits and Pieces NL, in response to Darth Sex, he says, in addition, you need 3 inches of movement to get the charge bonus on the damage dice, but he still should be able to get all his models into combat with the Jack. And I was talking about, I believe, he was talking about the Thrall Knights, and that's part of the reason why he moved them back. They got attacked. They had that special rule, and unfortunately, I don't have the code or the army book handy, but the Thrall Knights get that rule where they get a free movement of 3 inches. So he basically moved them out of charge, or moved them back, so he can get that 3-inch and charge in them and get that extra dice. And being weapon masters, it gives them that extra dice as well. So I made that pretty nasty. Also, make sure the first attackers are base to base with the Jack, then form another ring of attackers base to base with the first row. As the Jack is a large base and the attackers are small base, they can see over the Jack the models and make their attacks as they have reach. So just giving Les a little bit of tactical advice there. Coffee Twitch 4 from YouTube. Just some tactics for advice. Khador, you should have hit the Jacks a lot sooner than you did. P. Vlad's feat with Jacks is amazing. Gives all the Jacks in the battle group 2 times movement and can charge, meaning your slow moving Jack can now charge 11 inches. For free, this means you can, without boundless charge. Cryx, Vlad should not have been that far upfield. First I noticed that Vlad was hiding behind the Man of War. If you drop Scourge on the Man of War and needs a 4 to hit, he would have knocked down Vlad. But nice report, so I appreciate those tactical advice. Missed Shinobi, which I said right the first time. Always make sure to turn your fate directly towards your charge target. And was that last knight still in formation? And I actually asked Ben about that, and that was one of the ones where he moved it afterwards, where he knew he'd taken out the Juggernaut with the other guys. He sent that Thrall Knight over, and technically he was still within the command range. Barely, but he was still within that command range. Bob Smith, seems like Khador was never going to win that matchup, and I think when he had the one spell, the Crippling Grasp, where he was just so slow with those Man of Wars, it really tied up a lot of the points he invested. And I think Les commented the same thing as well. He's still getting used to the army and the game itself, because I think he's had maybe 4 or 5 games. So it's still really early days for all of us. Ben, I think, has only played a couple games more. So I think all of us combined maybe have 20 games under our belt all together, and most of them are with each other. So we're still picking up some of those the nuances. Chris 566 Ryan said, well, a charge can only be done in a straight line, no zigzagging. Again, we talked about charge. Profit from the Mini Wargaming comment said, since Les had an extra point, he should have gone with a Dog of War if he had one. I happen to know Les doesn't have one, but it's definitely something to look at some of those 1-point models. I know for my army, I just picked up the Swamp Gobblers, the guys that do the clouds, which for 1 point is a fantastic little add-on. And let's see. Lord Raptor from Mini Wargaming said, more Cryx BatRep, please. And actually, the next one you get, which right there, is a Cryx one as well. So, gee, I get to plug number 3 all the time. And now on to Fury from Mini Wargaming. He made a comment that that along with all the units activating as a whole to move then attack during the Cryx turn 4, the Bane Knights that went to attack Drago need to do that move before the unit did their attack. So that, again, talking on the same point where you need to move everybody, then attack. Don't move them one at a time, piecemeal. And then the units that activate all had to move all attacks, so the Bane Knights should have all moved, and then their attack rolls. And then he also commented about the charging and the zigzagging. So you can see the charging, the movement order has been a big thing with these comments. Did the Juggernaut use 2 light dice when he attacked the Death Rapper after a free strike charge from the Bane Knights? Looked like the arm got crippled, so you need to use 1 less dice on that arm. Unless he boosted, which he didn't appear to do, and I think that was the case. I think Les forgot that his arm wasn't there. So keep the reports coming. Thank you. I plan on it as long as I get people to play, or let me record them. So that sounds kind of creepy, doesn't it? Sorry about that. Sahira from Privateer Press says, I love the BatRep. First off, I love the BatReps. Nice job there. 2 things you did wrong, and guess what they are? Charging and moving all the guys together. So. And then someone also commented about with sign of port. It looks like Les was only rolling 2 dice on the damage, and I guess that was the case. He also needs to get rid of those Signar tokens. No self-respecting servant of the motherland would use that dirty blue focus, which I had to chuckle at that one. Which Smelly Terror piped up, said, I don't know, as long as they're captured in battle. And then actually they were borrowed from me, so it's I don't know if they were, I don't know if they're dirty blue. I may take offense to that one. So, and then Les himself, whose handle on Privateer Press is the Commodore Khador. He says, I keep looking for Khador tokens at the local gaming store, but they never seem to be in stock. Thanks for helping my game. I'm still a noob. And then Seven Sins, I may be able to say it right, said, very nice BatRep, crippling grasp. Grasped Man of Wars tend to go nowhere slowly, which I think was one of the frustrations for Les, is that with that it slowed everything down. And then Bald Smug on Daka Daka, great BatRep. I like all the explanations, the gameplay during the game. Keep it up, and I should try my best. And there was actually one comment too about someone saying his 2 favorite armies, and the reggae music in the background was fantastic. So thank you. I like having that kind of music in the background because it suits my personality a little better, even when it's not me playing. So thank you very much for watching this. And there's, as you know, part 3 is right there. I'm hoping to get part 4. Do I have part 4? That was part 4 I'm talking about. I've been saying part 3 all the time. This is part 3, isn't it? Yes, this is number 3. You'd think I'd figured that out when I was going through it. But anyways, thanks for watching. If any additional comments or suggestions, comment below. Let me know what you're thinking. To all the new subscribers, thank you very much. I've had a big swing up in subscribers, and so I appreciate that, and likes and etc. And if there's, it's just the day after Christmas, so as you can tell by my Khadorian special hat for the rules I got wrong, I figured a Khador hat would be somewhat appropriate. Khadors have pom-poms, right? That's the way they roll, right? So, but I've got a few new things I'm going to do to continue my rules you got wrong, well, I'll continue those, but my Box to Battle series for my Troll Bloods, I'm going to kick that off again because I've got some stuff I want to do. And I also have a couple more painting tutorials in line, so stuff to do. And I'm actually going to do a video for the beginning of the year, which sort of looks at what my goals video for what I look to do in the next 3, 6, and 12 months with the channel, and what I'm going to hopefully bring out and do and provide to everyone. So this is probably going to be the last video I do for 2012, as I don't think there's anything else. No. 3, 2, 1. So this is going to be the last video for 2012. I think there's a few things I'm going to work on, but nothing will be done before 2013. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate all your support and interest over the last year. And everyone have a great New Year's Eve, a safe one, and the beginning of 2013. And once again, thank you very much for watching, and have a great New Year.